Yehuda stands up and stands up for his brother Binyamin. This is one of the reasons why we are named after that great man Yehuda. Because a Jew has to realize that he is part of a great family. And he has to be careful and care for each individual. Yehuda stood up for his brother Binyamin in a great way. That's what we have to be like. I would like to take you back to last week's Parsha. Last week, when Yosef was speaking harshly to the tribes, they said to themselves, and let me read it. They said one to another, "Indeed, we are guilty concerning our brother, inasmuch as we saw his heartfelt anguish when he pleaded with us, and we paid no heed. That is why this anguish has come upon us." The 12 tribes realized that they made a mistake with Yosef. But they didn't mention the selling of Yosef. They didn't mention throwing Yosef into the pit. They did not mention the fact that they wanted to kill him. But what did they mention? That their hearts were stone. They could not feel the pain of Yosef, the anguish which was upon him. Other brothers would feel for their brother. They didn't. And that was the greatest of crimes. My friends, they understood that whatever was happening to them was happening to them for a reason. They were spiritual people. And they saw this as a direct event concerning their sale. 22 years later, they connected the dots. Why is this happening? Because so many years ago, we did not have pity on our brother Yosef. My friends, we have to learn a tremendous lesson. A Jew cannot have a heart of steel, cannot have a heart of stone. He has to have a heart of flesh and blood, a soft heart. And when we see pain, when we see anguish, it has to hurt us. And we should do what we can to rectify the pain, to rectify the anguish. Such is the Jewish heart. And when we turn our hearts into stone, that is the greatest crime possible. And that is exactly what we should learn from the Shabbatim. It wasn't the fact we sold him, and it was not the fact that we wanted to kill him. The underlying reason was we turned our hearts into stone. My friend, when we see a poor pauper coming and asking for charity, let's not turn our eyes from him. Let us help him. When we see a friend in need, let us not ignore him. Let us feel for him. Let us have some empathy and try to help him or her or them. May our hearts always be pliant, always be soft, always feel for others. And then there's no question in my mind. The Mashiach will be here sooner than we can think. Shabbat Shalom.